Welcome back to another Thursday Q&A, and we've got two great questions today. First one, Cam Angus, Hendersonville, Tennessee, the Grind Gym. Here's the question. I just got my first professional athlete as a client, and I'm feeling a lot of pressure to make sure that nothing goes wrong. It's a lot of what-if questions that have me not necessarily doubting my craft style of training, but just worried that if something goes wrong, injury or even a loss, that it comes back on me because I was supposed to have them in great shape. I love my training style, and it does show results. However, I feel as if I would be the one to blame. What were your thoughts when you first got your professional client? Great question, Cam. You know what? I got to be honest with you, Cam. I felt the same way that you're feeling right now. I was so scared and nervous when I first started working with my first athlete. His name was LaDainian Tomlinson, LT, first-round draft pick, San Diego Chargers, early 2000s. And when he told me, hey, Todd, I want to come in and take my game to the next level, my first thought was like, man, what am I going to do to help this guy? Like, he's already all-world. And when he came in, and I did this little one-legged balance touch test where he took his shoes off in 60 seconds on one foot and 60 seconds on the other side. He had to touch the ground and balance, and he got 23 on one side and 32 on another. And I was like, oh, I can help this guy. But I remember being, for weeks, so nervous and even scared. I never took my eyes off him. I literally would watch him even when he was like, on his little 60-second break period. And to be honest, still to this day, when I'm working with my athletes, I always keep close eyes on them. I'm asking them questions like, "Hey, how much sleep did you get this weekend? Did you take did you drink it all over the weekend? How's your stress level? What's your mindset like?" Because I think there's so many peripheral factors that go into when you're working with athletes. Is this coaches, trainers, whether you're working with pro athletes or not? Remember this: you don't have to kill your clients. You don't have to kill your athletes. Any coach can make someone tired. Not every great coach can make someone better. So you have to teach them. You have to coach them. You have to get in their soul and their spirit and inspire them on that stuff. So, yeah, you have to have a program that works, but it's not always about killing people. Sometimes you need to get your athletes more mobility and flexibility, a little bit more yin work. Maybe they need corrective exercise. Maybe they do need more sport-specific functional work, and maybe they do need strength and power. Perhaps they just need more confidence and belief in themselves. Or maybe it's all of it. You have to understand your athletes, and whether they be a pro athlete, a young athlete, I think there's a couple things that are really important. Constantly communicate with your athletes. Adapt on the fly. Don't just think because you have a program, that's it. I remember working with Reggie Bush in the early 2000s. We had a film crew coming out, and I had this perfectly designed program, and Reggie shows up, and he was sore from the previous workout, and he couldn't do a bunch of stuff that I had on the plan. I had to adapt on the fly. What's on paper is not always right. Also, listen with your eyes. I want you to listen with your eyes. Whether you're teaching a group exercise class, you're training a grandma, grandpa, or even a pro athlete, listen with your eyes, not just with your ears. Instill belief in all of your clients. It's important you instill belief. And the bottom line with anyone that you work with, I don't care what occupation or career that you're in, the bottom line is you got to care for people first. Care for them, out-care everybody, and get them better at whatever that takes. Text them, send them videos, and I promise you great things are going to happen. So, Cam, congratulations on getting your first pro athlete. I share your sentiments. I had the same feelings of nervousness and being scared and everything else, but the bottom line is they're coming to you for a reason, and you've got what's in you. You can help them. So, go out and make them better. Second question today. I love these Q&As coming in. Keep them coming. Goes to Lindy Cifuentes from Rochester, Minnesota, the Mayo Clinic, Dan Abraham Healthy Living Center. Lindy, here's the question. Every book has an acknowledgement at the beginning. If you were to write an acknowledgement for your life, who or what would you acknowledge for where you're at today? Deep questions. Deep question. Wow. Man, How would I answer that question? My acknowledgments. There'd be a lot of acknowledgments. I guess the first one starts with how I got on this earth. My mom and my dad. Bless my dad's soul. Lost him in 1992, and bless my mom, who's in her mid 80s now, living down in Orlando, Florida. Including my 7 brothers and sisters. They're all a factor, right? I'm the youngest of 8 kids. They would certainly be my acknowledgments. Stephen, Paul, Patty, Pam, Member, Judy, and Karen would all be in my acknowledgments. For that, including my immediate family now, my wife Melanie, and my kids Luke, Brady, and McKenna. They inspire me to be a better man, husband, father. They drive me when it's late at night or on the weekends. My kids and my wife certainly make me better. In my acknowledgments, I would also have my mentors in there, and some of the mentors, Coach Warren Wolf, who's in his young 90s now. I'll say young because Coach Wolf, man, he's an incredible human being. Wayne Cotton, Pastor David Jeremiah, Pastor Miles McPherson. These are people who have greatly impacted me, whether it be in my mindset, me physically as a young athlete, my business world, and my spiritual self, and developing my own faith. They all made me better. And I'd be remiss in my acknowledgments to also not to acknowledge all of my teammates and clients that I've ever worked with at Fitness Quest 10. And when I say all of them, I'm talking the ones even when I made a bad hire that I had to fire or they quit. Maybe these were my mistakes, maybe they were their mistakes. But one thing I've realized that sometimes the people who have been in your life, even the ones that weren't there for a long time, in some way contributed to where you're at today. So I embrace my mistakes, failures, shortcomings, tough times, whatever it is. I would probably acknowledge even things like my back injury. Back in the mid-1990s, ended my football career. Guess what? One door closed and another one opened. That was the impetus for me starting a dream of what could I do besides my dream to play in the NFL. Another thing I would acknowledge, a mistake, would be not systemizing my business early on in my career. That was not a good thing. I would never recommend it, but I acknowledge that. It would be my acknowledgement because that made me a better businessman, a better entrepreneur. It allowed me to actually start studying how do you systemize a business and starting to read, on books on how you could systemize and spending time on that as well. And not having patience, right? I think one of the shortcomings is, I could always work on more patience. I'm fast-paced. I like to go all the time. And lastly, when it comes to, acknowledgments in a book on life, God, my faith in God and is paramount, and living a life of divine purpose is what drives me. So my faith comes first. And without my faith in God, anything I do would not be happening, because it's what literally is fuel to my fire. Hey, Todd, where do you get the energy from? My faith. Where do you get that fire from? My faith. So between my faith, my family, Fitness Quest 10, and all that I have the opportunity to work with, all of them, both present and past, I think I come from a aspect of gratitude, and when you stay in that state of gratitude, it allows you to be balanced, serene, centered, and stay fired up. So, Linda, great question on that. Those would be the people and things that I would acknowledge at the beginning of a book on my life. So, good timing, and I just having handed in my manuscript for my latest book, which will come out in early 2020. But there you have it. Great questions. Keep them coming. Love the questions today from both Cam Angus and Linda Cifuentes. I love it. Keep it fired up, baby. Go out there and have a great day. Peace and God bless. Attention leaders, executives, entrepreneurs, and fire-breathing dragons. I have some exciting news for you today. I run a coaching mastermind group for trainers and coaches. For years, non-trainers and non-fit pros have asked me to run a coaching program for high performers. Guess what? Now is the time. For the first time ever, I'm leading a 90-day coaching program to lead you right into 2020, looking, feeling, and being your absolute best. This executive level coaching program is going to have several features: a 90-day workout program, daily motivation, a weekly meditation and devotional from yours truly, a monthly coaching call with me, and a one-on-one executive coaching call with one of my coaches. If you're ready to catapult your health, vitality, energy, clarity, results, and success in business and life, I would love the opportunity to coach you. It's called the TD Impact Coaching Program, and it's starting this fall. Check out all the details over at www.todddurkin.com/impact-coaching. This program is for any high performer. Maybe you're a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, an entrepreneur, a financial advisor, or someone just seeking your best life. We'll be coaching on all areas of your life: business, leadership, vision, goals, action steps. I will personally hold your hand for 90 days to make sure you get out what you need to go into 2020 charging hard. I'm only accepting 12 people. That's right, the dirty dozen, 12 people in this 90-day coaching program. If that's you, sign up today. Don't wait, don't delay. This will sell out. Again, check it out, todddurkin.com/impact-coaching.